from an injury isn't easy and it takes time. So why not recover close to home with around-the-clock care? Faith Regional Health Services offers inpatient acute rehabilitation that is tailored to meet individual needs. Those who have suffered a disabling injury or illness work closely with a team consisting of physicians, rehab nurses, physical therapists, and occupational therapists. This is occupational therapist Kylie Malachek. She is here with her patient, Suzanne Stevenson. Suzanne's injuries have impacted how she uses her hands. And at Faith Regional, as an inpatient, she receives a lot of therapy time, including in the kitchen.
So with her diagnosis, her strength in her hands have gotten a lot weaker, and just her overall endurance and all of that's gotten weaker. So we just thought maybe making a functional task into her therapy would be a good idea, just so that, you know, something that her goal is eventually after Thanksgiving, we're going to make those cookies, right?
Suzanne also gets practice getting in and out of a car and feeding fish. These are all part of getting her back to normal as soon as possible. Virgil Freilich was also a patient in the rehabilitation unit. He suffered a bad head injury when he fell down the steps. After a couple days of being treated in Lincoln, he came home to Norfolk to continue treatment.
So I came up here after a couple days and went in at a trauma care center, and they took good care of me.
When it was time for Virgil to leave, he and his wife Betty felt the nurses had prepared them to take the next steps.
We got ready to go home. Occupational therapy came and visited our house to give suggestions for safety once we were home. He had some days when he could be independent here, or some before we went home, to make sure he was ready to make that transition.
The rehabilitation unit has been open since 2005 and just recently received an award.
The patients that come here make so much gain in their functional ability between the time they come and the time that they go home. The award also was based on the percentage of patients that we return back home to their community. We were in the top 10 percentile for that as well as we have a very low percentage of our patients that actually have to return back to an acute care setting.
Parks credits some of their success to the highly skilled nurses and physician oversight. Reporting for News Channel Nebraska, Rachel Urbanski.